Swayamprabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Welcome back. We are on week 9 of part modeling 1. In previous lecture, we discussed about 3 tools used in the software to create solids, which are the revolve, loft and the pattern tools. In this lecture, we will solve an example where we make use of these tools. So, here is an example where we see 2 views of it, which here we will be able to use the commands we have just learned, like the loft and the pattern. So, but let us first try to understand this solid, so that it will be easy for us to develop it in the software. First we see that it has 2 layers. The bottom layer here is in the cross section of a hexagon, where we can extrude it for a distance of 30, and then from this top face of the hexagon there is a loft command we need to use, because the base of this solid is a hexagon, but at the top it is a circle. The circle dimensions are given as diameter of 30. On the top face of it, again there is a cavity, circular cavity. The diameter is 20 and for a depth of 15. In addition to this, we have these 6 wings. I call it as wings, but essentially the cross section of this is changing from a larger circle to a smaller circle. The dimensions are given here. The diameter of the larger circle or the larger cross section is 18 and the diameter of the smaller cross section is 12. So, as it moves out from the center of the object, the cross section decreases from diameter 18 to diameter 12, and the total length of it is 60. So, let us get started and see how we can use different tools we have been learning till now. So, we are at the initial interface. Let us start with the part template. Let us start with creating a 2D sketch. For the base, we have seen that it is a hexagon. So, let us first create that hexagon and later we can create the rest. So, let me select any of these planes and create a hexagon. That I can create using this polygon of sides 6. I will create the select the origin and create a hexagon. First, let us select one of the features and say it is horizontal. So, I will select the horizontal constraint and select this edge. It maintains this as horizontal, though here it may not be horizontal because we are talking about YZ constraint, but essentially it looks like a hexagon. So, let us continue with it, and we were also mentioned that the each side is 30. Select all and let us zoom in. Okay, now it is completely constrained. Let us finish sketch, extrude for 30 mm. Okay, here is the hexagonal base we plan to model. So, now let us going back to the question, we see we need to create another plane which is 25 on top of the hexagonal part, where we create a circle. So, first let us create a plane using the offset from plane option. We will select the top face and say that this is at a distance of 25. Okay. So, once we created a plane, we can go to again start 2D sketch, select this plane and draw a circle. We will start with the origin and the diameter is given as the larger diameter is 30. Okay. So, now it is completely constrained. Let us finish the sketch, and now we are, by using the loft tool, we can connect the hexagonal face, we can connect this hexagonal face with the top circle. Then we create this solid using the loft tool. So, now going back to the question, we see we need to create this cavity which is of diameter 20 and the depth of 15. For this I can directly use this hole tool. So, I need to select the top face and mention the diameter to be 20, and let us make it concentric with the top face, and let us specify the depth using the termination by distance. We will use the flat drill point and the depth is 15. Okay. So, with this we are able to create the part. Let us select all and let us make this top face invisible. So, I will uncheck the visibility. Okay. So, now we have this feature. Lastly, what is remaining are those 6 wings we were talking about. To create it, we will use the revolve pattern command, but before doing that we need to create this feature of a decreasing cross section from 18 diameter to 12 diameter. So, for this again let us pick a start a sketch by picking one of these 6 hexagonal planes, and we now need to create a larger cross section diameter of 18. Let us specify the dimensions. This from one edge should be half of it, which is 15 already given, and in the other direction too it is 15. Okay. Now, it is completely constrained. Let us finish the sketch. Now, what we need to do is we need to create a plane at a distance of 60. So, here it is mentioned that the length of this tapered cross section is 60. So, for that we will first create a plane at a distance of 60 and on that we will create a circle. So, first let us go to the plane, let us use this offset from plane and select the one plane of this. So, we will select this to be 60. Now, I will create a sketch on the newly created plane. We said we want to create a circle. So, once I want to create a circle, now I notice that I am not able to see the center point. For that, what I can do is I can use the project geometry option. Once I go to project geometry, I can project this center point on the larger diameter circle onto this plane. Probably you can see now, right. So, it has projected a point on the plane we are working at. So, now let us create a circle using this projected point with a diameter of 12. Let us finish the sketch and now let us use the loft command. So, once we use the loft tool, we need to select the 2 profiles. This is profile 1 and profile 2, either I can directly select here or I can go to the browser and select the second profile. Okay. So, now we have created this reducing or the tapered feature. What is remaining is to duplicate this 6 times using the revolve circular pattern option. So, we will first select the feature and then we need to specify the rotation axis. So, how do we specify the rotation axis? Either I can go to this origin and then specify the x axis, that is one way. The other way is I can select any of these circles which has the same. So, if I select let us say this circular feature, the axis of it will use to do the circular patterning. So, it has selected the axis which is coincident with the x axis. We have options like do we want 6 duplicates? In this example, yes, we want 6 duplicates and the angle as 360, and let us click OK to finish the object. So, with this we have completed this problem. Of course, I can turn off the visibility of this plane and then you see the complete feature what we are asked in this question. So, with this we conclude this lecture. We will look at one more example in the next lecture. Thank you for your attention.